final pillar is paid promotions. And paid promotions can mean a lot of things. Right? For a lot of authors, they're using their book as a tool, say in their business, and it's a part of lead gen funnels that use paid promotions or other ways that they're spending money on ads that leverage the book. But all of that's a little bit beyond the scope of this course. What we're focused on is having a successful book launch, not every way you could use the book in the long term within your business funnels. I've included some resources below that can help with that, but what I want to focus on is what are the forms of paid advertising that can help with your book launch itself. The first is Amazon ads. Because people on Amazon are already often looking for books, ads on Amazon are really effective at converting directly into book sales. The form of Amazon ad that we've seen work best is called sponsored products. And those are the ads you see on other book pages saying products related to this item, and also in search results that you can pay to show up right at the top. And both of these convert very well to book sales. And we see very often authors can have a really positive return on investment by running these kinds of ads. The negative is that there's not a whole lot of ad inventory. It can be hard to spend enough money or spend as much money as you would like on these kinds of ads. And so we recommend setting them up, continuing to tune them and optimize them, and kind of accepting that they're going to run in the background, driving the book in front of more people, but not being a game changer in terms of the total number of books sold. The way we recommend doing this is to start really broad, choosing as many keywords as you can. We usually choose 200 to 300 keywords for authors. We let those run for a couple weeks, and then we go back in, eliminating the ones that are wasting money, boosting the ad spends on the ones that are most effective, and adding a whole new batch of keywords to experiment with. And so let's do a quick example with Miles of which keywords he would choose for his Amazon ads. Miles, are there any that come to mind that you think might work well for those sponsored products?
So yeah, when it comes to keywords, I'm thinking kind of through the lens of different authors or different book titles or even things like personal development that people might be searching for on Amazon, right? So some author examples would be Mark Manson, Glennon Doyle, maybe Robert Greene, who else? Jordan Peterson, I think are all good examples. And then book titles could be books like Mastery, which Robert Greene wrote, or Joe Dispenza, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, I think would be another good example.
Usually when we run a 5-month book launch for authors, by the end of that time period, we have the ads working so well that they say, great, let's just leave these running forever. And I think it's about 95% of our authors who decide to keep their ads running indefinitely once the book launch finishes because they're providing such a great return. The second form of paid promotions that works well for a book launch are paid promotional email lists. You may know of BookBub as the biggest one in this category, but all of these lists work the same way. You pay a fee, and they send out an email maybe once a day or every couple days that promotes new or discounted books to their email subscribers, essentially getting you in front of a large audience of book buyers. Although BookBub is the biggest in this space, they don't take books before they've been released. So you need to wait until a few months after launch and you have a baseline of reviews in order to start applying for BookBub. But there are other lists, BookSense, Bargain Booksy, Riffle, Books Butterfly, that work the same way, but are willing to take on books before they've been released so you can schedule the promotion for launch week. So that's what we recommend you do. Scheduling some of these lists in advance of launch for launch week, and then starting to apply for BookBub a few months after launch and continuing to do that, looking for opportunities to get in front of their incredibly large audience. And so once you've decided which, if any of these paid promotions you want to do, it's time to add them to your book launch calendar. If you're going to use the book promotion lists besides BookBub, add that submission 3 weeks before launch and add a check-in during launch week to make sure it went live. If you're going to do Amazon ads, add a task for you to set up those ads the week before launch and some consistent check-ins after launch to optimize them and make sure they're working well. And then if you're going to reach out to BookBub and apply for promotion there, set that to start about 2 months after launch and continue indefinitely as you look for that opportunity. And with all of those actions added, your book launch calendar is now complete. It's probably a bit of a busy page, but that contains all the actions you're going to need to do from 2 months before your book comes out until 3 months after it's launched in order to make sure your launch is a success. And with that, it's time to turn to the final video about turning all that attention into the goals that you want to achieve.